Hey friends, Retinant here. Today we're going to be doing a haul video for my Bartop arcade cabinet parts. Now this is the second time I've had to record this because the first time I rambled on for about 15 minutes and the microphone wasn't on, so there was no sound. So here we go, take two. Okay, so first we're going to look at this monitor here. Now this is a little bigger than you'll see in most Bartop arcades. It is a 24-inch, whatever, but it's got a couple features. It's got this nice little color range. If I want to watch movies or something on it someday. It's kind of ultra slim, so it's small. And then it's got this ultra narrow bezel. Now, you can see it just on the picture. It's got barely anything here. So that's what I wanted. I wanted it to be kind of wall-to-wall monitor and maybe just a little trim piece. So that's good. And also, it's got this wide viewing angle because I am a 6'4", 220-pound redhead, and I figure I'll be playing with my brother-in-law, who is about as tall as I am and maybe a little beefier. So I don't want to be, doing the whole looking over to the side, bending over, bumping elbows thing with him. So it'll be a little big, but that's okay. Now I did get this fancy marquee about 8 years ago. It's from Dig Dug. Isn't that neat? That is a genuine glass marquee from an arcade machine. It definitely has seen some better days. It's somewhat yellowed. You can see the line where the frame was, and then it's chipping in a bunch of places, but definitely not meant to stand the test of time. But I would like to stick it in there if I could, but it's pretty big, so that may be a really big machine. I didn't realize it was that wide. But we'll try it. Maybe it'll work out, maybe it won't. But I'd like to try that old classic Dig Dug thing in there. Okay, so for the bar top thing, I went with the ever popular Raspberry Pi. So as you can see, it came with, I bought a Kanka kit off Amazon, however you pronounce it. Came with the case, the power cord, some heat sinks and manuals and stuff. And then I bought a 128 gigabyte SanDisk card here. Little bitty thing for it, and I filled it up with games. Don't pirate games. Alright, and then for controllers, right now hooked up to it is the ones we've been using, is the Super NES controllers. These have about as many buttons as you need for any game on there, so that's what we've been playing with. I have bought these. However, the A and B buttons aren't mapped to the game's A and B buttons in here, so it doesn't work. So I gotta figure out how to map these so that they fit, because if you play with this, I think it's Y and X that you gotta push to make the NES buttons work, so who knows, or maybe it's X and I can't remember, it's been a while. But the D-pads work, and the buttons all work, they're just not mapped to the correct space, so you gotta figure out where to map them to play with these controllers. And they also got the Nintendo 64 controllers. So I haven't tried these yet, obviously they're still new, but they feel tight. These joysticks here, assuming they're actually analog and not just digital, look great. Alright, here's the rest of the Kanka kit. Came with all the fancy stuff for the Raspberry Pi. Alright, let's get some more room here. So, I guess to start, we'll start on the top. I got all this other stuff. Okay, all this stuff was off of Amazon. And all this other stuff in the box here still was off of AliExpress. So I ordered one of these speakers from some guy, and he told me he didn't want to sell it to me for whatever price. So I said, okay, he said, I don't want to sell it to you for that price, so we don't have it in stock. So I said, okay, well, give me my money back. Who cares? So he said, okay, but can you do a return with saying that you no longer want the item? I said, well, no, that's not what happened. You didn't have it. So I initiated a return, and he sent it to me anyway. And as we were fighting over this stuff, I ordered another one from another person. So I got two, and the original guys took months to get here, but it finally did. So there's that. And next, the only things that we're missing are a USB hub and a power strip / surge protector for this bad boy. And we should have all the parts except for, wood and nails and stuff. So this is the USB port I bought off AliExpress. Don't buy these, they're crap. Basically, you plug it in and it will work whenever it wants to. You gotta unplug it, plug it in, wiggle the cords around, and do all that stuff. But I did get my money back off these. I bought one for me and one for the wife, and she's the one been having all the problems, so I don't even want to try and mess with it. But I'm gonna take it apart, take the case off, make sure the contacts are all soldered good, and maybe it'll work for her. I don't know. If it does start working, I'll just use them because they're a good price, and you're not gonna see it anyway. So yeah, be careful with that type of stuff. All right, so next we got this little mini amplifier. You could use the monitor if it has speakers on it, but I wanted to have some sort of control. Okay, can this come back out? Alright. Okay, so this is the little deal. As you can see, it's got bass adjustment, treble adjustment, volume on off. It's got the inputs. It's a nice little, just small adapter. I'm not sure I'm gonna mount it. I'm thinking I might take it apart and pull the insides out and just put that on there in the front. I don't know. We'll see what happens and how it's done in there, but cute little thing. And then we got this amplifier here, or the power cord for it, since it didn't come with one. So this is 12 volt 2 amp, and I see it says on here it wants 13.5 volt 3 amp, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. Hopefully it'll work. Anyway, that goes with that, and then we got this little cord here to go from the Pi to this power amplifier. Alright, next, like I said, I wanted a surge protector on the inside, so I'm going to put this in the case. It's just a little computer switch, on-off rocker switch, and I'll wire up the surge protector to the back, and then I got this little computer cord obviously to the front so you can plug in the machine. That way I'll just have one little cord going and powering my power strip, which will power everything that needs power. Alright, so got these. Go along with the speaker, I got these little grills to go on the outside of the machine. Those are neat. Alright, and then I got a little case fan, because I don't think it'll get that warm, but I figure, the monitor might heat a little bit. It'll definitely need some sort of ventilation in there. So that was only a couple bucks, so I'll put that in there. Alright, now, like I said, I've only got buttons for 2 players, so if I wanted 4 players on something, I need expansion. So I'm going to put these, it's just a simple USB extension hub. This goes to your dash or something. So I'm going to somehow mount these up in there. Not sure how exactly yet, but we'll get that. And I got 4, so we'll see. I might only use 1, but I got a couple because they're only $1 or $2. Alright, and then I got LED lights here, USB powered for the marquee. Now, if I don't use Dig Dug here, I may use a different marquee, obviously, but I don't know. These are neat. It's only 5 volts, so they're pretty small. But I got that, and then there's a lot there, so I might use that for ground effects or something. I don't know. We'll see. Keep our options open. Alright, finally, we got some buttons. Actually, we got a whole kit off AliExpress. It came with 6 regular player buttons for player 1. There's red, and it's fairly quiet. I'm surprised. Hopefully it's actually working. And then, let's see. Okay, here we go. Here's player 2. And these are single player, or single color rather, LEDs. Let's see, it's got the 4 switches in the back. And then it's got this little nut to kind of clamp it in place. And they're all in this box over here. But yeah, I think there's 6 reds, 6 blues, maybe more. I forget, there may be 8 of each. I can't remember which one it is. And then it's got these coin buttons, player 1 and player 2. And the start buttons. So these are also lit up. I think they're white or clear or just whatever. But they do light up too. And here's the joystick. Now you gotta look around on AliExpress, but you can't find joysticks that light up. It's a few dollars more, but I wanted that. I love that little pattern they have in the joystick there with the bubbles. But it's got a little lip between the mold here, but it's very smooth. Maybe a little too sensitive in the 8-way, but I don't know. We'll see. I figure I can start with these cheap parts and then I can always upgrade later if I need to. But we'll see. I see a lot of people using these, so they shouldn't be too bad. And it's got the blue ball in that one. And I don't know, there's a red ball in there somewhere. See, there's a whole box of this stuff. It's got all the wiring harnesses and everything in there. And all that. And then it comes with one of these little LED joystick interface devices for each one. You can see the LEDs plug in here, joysticks here, or vice versa. I don't know. I'll have to play around with it. I can't remember which one goes where. But there's all that. It's got the joysticks. I don't know. There's a diagram somewhere of what goes where. But and it plugs into the USB. It's got one for each player. So that, I guess, is it. I'm curious to know what you think. Let me know if I'm missing anything other than the USB hub that works and the power strip and, you know, wood and stuff. Yeah, I hope if you like all this stuff, I hope you'll stick with me and all that. But just remember, keep it real, keep on building. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.